friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yasa, I'm a violinist, and in those videos I'd like to share with you joys and challenges of being a musician. I call this playlist Musician's Life, and here I'm sharing some tricks and tips on the art of violin, or just the musician's life. Today I wanted to talk to you about intonation. How do we work on intonation? So first of all, in music, maybe this video will be a little bit advanced for some of you, but in music we think in terms of half steps and whole steps. So especially in string instrument, this is a very important way to think. My next note, is it going to be a whole step, so the step will be wider between the fingers, or will it be a half step, so fingers will be very close, almost one on top of each other? So on the piano it's easy to see. Whole step is two wide keys, for example C and D. Not all wide keys, but C and D represents whole step. Now C and C sharp, so next black key, represent half step. So half step on the piano, it's where there is no more extra key in between. So whole step with an extra key, black key in between. Half step, this was whole step, half step, when the keys are right next to each other. So on the violin and any string instrument, we also have to think in those terms. On the piano we don't have to, because it's already in tune, but our instruments, we don't know where to put the finger. We always need to think about intonation. So whole step, next finger, is it a whole step, wider, or is it a half step, closer? So this is a very important way for beginner violinist and cellist and any string instrument musician and players to think. Now, another good skill to have is to check with open strings. So once we tune our violin with the tuner or with the piano, right, we check our A, we check our E, D and G, we check all our strings. Now, when we play and we meet, for example, some notes that we're not sure of, so for example, D on A string, third finger, this is D. D on A string, third finger. What can we do? We can check it with open D. We can play two notes at the same time, and we can see if they match. So what's important is that they match. Those intervals called perfect intervals, and we always want to tune with perfect intervals. Those intervals are octave, when sounds match, fifths, perfect fifth, and fourth. So those intervals, fourth, fifth, and octave, we want to check with open string when we can. The same you can do with the piano, the same method. You can check each note with the piano. So you play any note that, for example, doesn't have with open string, it doesn't create neither 4, no 5, no 8. So you don't know how to check it. And you just play the same note on the piano and you want it to match. So when it matches, it means you did a good job. You can do the same with the tuner, of course. You can just see if you have a tuner, you can just see if you're in tune. But I would like you to train your ears to hear it for yourself. Do I match the sound, or do I need to go a little bit higher or lower? This is very important for string instruments intonation, because this is something that everyone notices right away if you are in tune or not. This is something very, very obvious. We'll talk about it more. Please let me know how you practice and how you practice specifically intonation. All right? Have a great day. Have a happy practice. And of course, I encourage you to like and subscribe, because it will give me an opportunity to do this again. See you soon. Bye.